What's up, everybody? It's your boy Kakarot, bringing you the Dragon Ball Super Episode 52 review. This episode was not quite like I was expecting. It wasn't a super flashback episode. Not a lot happened until the end, but I think it was a pretty interesting episode. So it's the reunion of Master and student Son Gohan and future Trunks. The episode starts off with Bulma fixing the time machine as she prepares to kind of get it ready to go so they can go into the future. She'll have to repair half of the transfer device and such. As she's reading out of the journal, she realizes that she'll be able to repair it. And she asks for the square wave amplifier. And who is more than happy to assist Mai to Laboratory 2? Trunks, because he pretty much knows he ends up with Mai. So if you put yourself in his shoes, if you're wondering if you want to ask a girl out and you're kind of nervous, but your future self comes into the past and says, hey, that's your girlfriend, then you know you pretty much that's a win-win situation. You know you're not going to get shot down. So Trunks knows he's a shoo-in, so go for it, right? Not going to get turned down, obviously. Trunks sees this looks to be like a saw in the corner, and he puts it on his back because kind of like his future self has the sword, and he kind of knows that Mai does have a thing for future Trunks, and he's younger Trunks, which will turn into future Trunks, so he kind of puts the saw on his back, which is pretty funny, trying to show off to her, but it really doesn't work. Now, my favorite part of the episode, I love anything that has anything to do with training. I have like a Vegeta training montage that I made from every training scene ever. I will be adding this to it, obviously. It's over like a half an hour long. I usually watch that before I go work out. And he's training in the gravity room, like always, like we've seen him go into from the previous episode 51. And he is extra motivated this time. Not only is he training to surpass his rival Goku, Kakarot, but he's also for having like flashbacks of when Trunks was saying that this not only to mention that Goku fires him up to begin with because he's always stronger than him, but now he has somebody who looks like Goku, who is evil, who is the enemy, who Trunks said killed Bulma, which is his current wife. So it's like double motivation, because deep down I still feel he doesn't like Goku that much because of the Saiyan rivalry, and now the fact that their enemy looks like Goku, which pisses him off, and killed Bulma, which pisses him off. So he is extremely motivated. He's having flashbacks because of him. My family has been. He knows what happens in the future timeline of Trunks, and he will never forgive him, and he is very pissed off. He even swears, and he is just extremely motivated and pissed off. So I hope we see something out of Vegeta very soon. I really hope he just kind of takes over the role here and just really gets good revenge. And then it shows Beerus and mainly Beerus and Whis at this part. They're kind of Beerus is full. They just ate, so he's not really, caring too much. But Whis is examining the fight between Goku and Black, still trying to figure out who he is. They're trying to hunt down that key. So, and Trunks meets up with Bulma. Pilaf gang's in there. They're kind of just helping out because they're freeloaders. And Trunks is kind of asking how it's going. She says that she'll be able to fix it. It'll take a full day to save up the energy. Because they have a lot more equipment than they did in the future because of all the destruction. They only had what they had. Trunks explains that in his world it took nearly just a year to fill half of it. I mean, that's incredible. But Bulma explains that's because she's not in a dire state right now, and they're not getting all their stuff blown up. So, and then poor Piccolo and Krillin, man. They just can't catch a break. These two characters are being wasted, in my opinion. I'm not, they're just doing bitch work, and it's like they should be more involved in the series. This is pretty much Dragon Ball Saiyans, they should call it. Piccolo and Krillin are just their powers going just wasted. I mean, this is theoretically training, but this is the type of training they did in original Dragon Ball. I mean, this is kind of unnecessary, but whatever. I wish they were more involved in the series, but it's not really up to us. And then Trunks is kind of wondering where Gohan is, because he knows he's alive in this timeline, and he wants to meet his master, this strong, the strong master Gohan who trained him and is the hero who beat Cell. And Piccolo lets him know he is not the same Gohan that you think he is, and yeah, he's definitely not. This is the only flashback we have. We only have about a 60-second flashback, so my prediction was kind of off. This was not a total flashback episode like I was expecting. They skip right ahead. Gohan's already missing his arm. They explain nothing, which everybody should know, because that has to be a top 3, top 5, if not top 3 movie for everybody. That was definitely one of my favorites. And they skip right to Trunks explaining the story to Piccolo and Krillin, because I guess they haven't seen the movie. So, and they skip right to the part Trunks gets knocked out by Gohan, so Gohan could go get killed, unfortunately. And then he explains by the time he woke up, he finds Gohan dead, and then you see the transformation, the anger, and the Saiyan transformation, which they definitely should have taken more time with. I think they could have done a better job with this episode and this flashback. I mean, it was not very good. The movie version was far superior, like 9 out of 10. This one's 4 out of 10. I mean, it's still good. I like there's not much behind it. Like the movie one, it was like a lot of passion, you felt it. This one's just kind of like just whatever, but it was still good. It looks better, at least, I guess we could just say that. This part was really cool. As he's flying over to meet Gohan, I'm gonna kind of switch back and forth here, which is really, really cool. He sees what it looks like today, and he sees in his timeline that he's flown over this area before, and it looks very familiar and looks very different. As you can see, it's still there in today, and in his timeline it's just a smoldering mess. This was really, really cool when I seen this, and it looks even cooler as I'm doing this, so that's pretty cool. Then he goes over and he's waiting for Gohan, and Gohan comes around the corner and they almost miss each other. He recognizes Trunks, and Trunks doesn't really recognize Gohan. Like who's this nerd looking at me? And he goes, this is Gohan? I mean, he doesn't even recognize him. I mean, you can't even sense that brimming power from him. I mean, which Trunks is pretty much all of the viewers out there. Trunks would be just like you and me. He's like, who is this character that they've destroyed? And it's, they're eating ice cream, and Trunks is just, the whole time this takes place, Trunks is just looking at him like who is this beta, man? He used to be such a beast. And he's just eating ice cream, and Trunks just keeps asking himself, like, is this really Gohan? Like, I don't know, he's changed this much. And they have a flashback to when Gohan was just at his absolute OP-ness. I mean, this was freaking awesome. He was just OP as hell. It was awesome. This is back when he was the strongest, destroyed Cell, and this was his peak moment of strength, which he never really recaptured. And then he goes back to meet his family, and there's good old Mr. Satan, which we've needed him. He wasn't his usual funny self. We definitely needed him to pick it up more. They got some weird painting in the background, and it kind of looks like one of those like 3D pictures that you have to stare at to see a sailboat. And it's not a schooner, it's a sailboat. And he explains it came from the future, not a big deal. It's anything's, you could tell now is believable in the timeline based on Dragon Ball. So Mr. Saint's not even like, no big deal, whatever. Came from the future. They never ask him why, because he forgets. And enters Pan. Pan I never really liked. I'm not going to be biased. I just don't like Pan. I'm not getting into the Dragon Ball GT debate, but really quickly on Dragon Ball GT, not as bad as everyone thinks. I like GT. it's my least favorite series, but I don't think it was bad. I think Pan ruined it. She was annoying as hell. Pan and Chi-Chi, they could just cut out of the series and be a lot better. Chi-Chi was the biggest nerf. I don't want to get involved with Chi-Chi, but Pan I never liked, and she was already annoying in Dragon Ball Super as well. So, like I said, if Pan never went in the spaceship with Goku and Trunks, and Goten went like he was supposed to, I think GT would have turned out a lot better. But I'm just not a big fan of Pan. And she's annoying in this series already. So she's already causing trouble, mayhem, out of control. And look who's back, the great Saiyaman. And once again, you can see Trunks' face like this is my master Gohan. I mean, he's used to seeing just this strict teacher mentality, hero type, alpha, just this really awesome leader and trainer. And now he sees the beta version of Gohan. So, I mean, this is really bad. He has look on his face like, what the hell? Great Saiyaman, whatever. And he doesn't even know what's going on. Like, what is going on here? He's just, you can tell he just kind of wants to leave, but he's respecting Gohan for what he did in his timeline. And Mr. Satan's pretty funny, showing him highlight reels like Trunks cares. This part was pretty funny. He's just wondering, what is he doing here? It was pretty funny. I'll give him that much. And Pan's being bad again, outpowering Trunks somehow. I mean, Trunks should just went Super Saiyan if he couldn't handle her. But, you know, they're tearing up his whole room. And Gohan comes back after they stashed Pan, made Trunks babysit him. That was very, that was really good hospitality there. Just, oh, you're here to visit. Here, watch our daughter while we go do stuff. And they just destroy the whole house or the whole room. Possibly the whole house for all I know. And she's trying to get the sword to apparently kill him, apparently. So I guess Pan was trying to take Trunks' life, whatever. And that was it pretty much for that. He didn't know Gohan could make an expression like that. He sees him smiling and happy and then not a care in the world because it's in a time of peace. So Trunks just never thought he'd see Gohan like that from his timeline. So, and he just kind of has a flashback towards the end of this episode. Just if Black hadn't shown up, he's seeing what could have been, and then he sees himself with Mai and Bulma, his mom, and you know the cats. Even the cat's grown up in the back. That little black cat that's always on like Bulma's father's shoulder, and you know he's always there. So that was kind of cool, and he just really wishes that never happened. And he says his goodbyes. Gohan's son, I'm glad I got to see you. Kinda. But he's, out of respect, he's happy to see him. And Mr. Satan always offers his useless training, but Trunks is nice and says, I look forward to your training, which would absolutely benefit him zero. And Whis' son analyzes Black Key, and they know who he is. And the episode ends with our first, not our first, but I mean we've seen spoilers online, but Zamasu is over here wheeling out some peaceful, looks to be on like a Kai planet, nice little peaceful tea he's having, and then it kind of ends with Zamasu staring into the camera, and it shows that it's going to be a very action-packed episode for episode 53. So that's pretty much going to do it for this review. I give this episode, I give it a 6 out of 10. It was 6.5 out of 10. It was funny enough to keep my attention. I don't think any of the episodes have been bad. Could have been done a little bit better with the flashbacks, but it was nice that Trunks was kind of annoyed by what a beta Gohan is. Like, I'm sure everybody watching Super and the end of Z kind of thinking the same thing with this whole Gohan getting nerfed. Gohan's such a popular character, and he is being wasted along with the other Z fighters. So hopefully the Z fighters will get involved here, because it is Dragon Ball. It's not Dragon Ball Saiyan, so we'll see what happens. So that's going to do it for this review. Thanks for watching. I will do my prediction episode tomorrow. I have a lot to say about that. And thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, tell a friend, subscribe. Peace out. Bye.
Don't forget to smile. Right. Ballpark, 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 ballpark.